I've just got the new GoPro Enduro battery. I won't be testing this today. That's for a future episode. Make sure to subscribe. What up, nerds? I'm Jay Sharif, and today we're talking about the GoPro Hero 10. Recently, I released a video comparing the GoPro 10 to the DJI Action 2. And the Action 2 was very, very disappointing. I sent it back. I kept the GoPro 10, even though it does have some flaws. Overall, at this time, I think it's the best action camera for vlogging. The image is good, the audio is great, the stabilization is excellent, but the battery life is a bit limited. Anyway, as usual, I've been shopping and picked up some must-have accessories. The first accessory you should always buy is some tempered glass, and I do mean always. Stick some tempered glass onto any exposed screens, front and back, and on the lens cover sometimes too. Not this one, of course, because it has a hydrophobic coating. I don't need to put a lens cover on this. Seriously, if you only buy just one additional accessory, this is the one to get. Why?
Mr. Clumsy.
Yes, Mr. Clumsy, but also it's kind of a cheap insurance policy. A replacement lens cover will cost £20. If you crack either screen, you may need to buy a brand new camera. This tempered glass cost just £5 or $5 even from some retailers, and it has saved my cameras, my phones and my tablets so many times I've actually lost count. It's always worked out the same way. I've dropped my device and the tempered glass has cracked, but the glass underneath is fine. And then all you have to do is remove the cracked piece of tempered glass and just stick on another piece of tempered glass. £5. But it could save you hundreds of pounds. Don't even hesitate, just order it. Link is in the description if you need it. This accessory is especially important for me on this camera because I have no intention of getting a camera cage for my GoPro 10. By the way, if you've never put tempered glass on your camera or your phone, then it can be scary, but it's really easy. I've made a separate video tutorial showing you how to do it. Next accessory. One of the things that annoys me about the GoPro 10 is the poor battery life, and if you want to recharge the camera, you have to open this side door and attach a USB cable. This configuration is kind of awkward and ugly with the door hanging open. So GoPro created what they call a pass-through door. It's basically just a plastic door with a hole in it, which lets you plug in a USB cable while the door is closed. And GoPro will charge you £20 for it. Plenty of third-party suppliers have cheaper options. For example, Ulanzi have the G9 III, which costs between £10 and £15. And there's plenty of similar ones available for even less, including this one by Add-ons that has a really useful cold shoe mount built into it. But none of these options appeal to me. As you know, I live in a wet, rainy city. Having a hole in the side of my GoPro doesn't work for me. Luckily, I found a solution. It's by a company called MaxCam, and it has a little flap instead of a naked hole. And I'm well aware just how dirty that sounds. This MaxCam door is made from aluminium. The advert says aluminum, but it's definitely aluminium. Read your periodic table. Anyway, very light, very sturdy. Obviously, it's not completely waterproof like the original plastic door, but it's a lot better than the alternatives. Incidentally, the same company, MaxCam, also make a Slimline battery charger for GoPro batteries, and I ordered one of these as well. I haven't bought any extra batteries yet, apart from the Enduro, but I'll do that soon enough. So, the MaxCam battery door and the MaxCam battery charger, both highly recommended. Next accessory. In my last video, I said that the GoPro doesn't need a camera cage. Camera cages are most useful for attaching microphones and tripods. This camera has excellent audio from the 3 internal mics. It also has the tripod mount built into the body. Having said that, it's still sensible to give it a little bit of extra protection, so I ordered this Poulouse silicone case, which came with a nice little silicone lens cover too. They also threw in another spare battery door. The entire package costs less than £5 from China, but I did have to wait a month for it to arrive. When you order one of these, make sure it has a little cutout in the side for the hole in your battery door. Quite a lot of GoPro 10 silicone covers don't have that little gap. Please keep that in mind. So I've got my tempered glass, my pass-through door, my pocket-sized battery charger and my silicone case, but there was still one more accessory I really wanted. Not only do I live in a very rainy country, we also have a lot of wind whipping through the air, which makes the place feel even colder than it really is. That same windiness can cause havoc with the sound from your internal microphones. Luckily, there is a very cheap and simple solution. It's often referred to as a Windslayer. As you can see, it's just literally a foam cover, but it makes a huge difference. You can get these for pretty much any action camera. Again, I ordered it from China. It took a month to arrive, but it also cost me less than £3. Now, some of you might be asking, why not just use the wind reduction setting in your action camera? It's a good question. Many modern action cameras have wind reduction algorithms built into them. Basically, they use mathematics to remove some of the wind noise from your audio track. However, it's not a perfect solution. There is always a degradation in overall sound quality when using electronic wind noise reduction. That's why I usually keep that setting off. A better solution to the problem of wind noise is to use a foam cover, and it works. A foam cover can really help deal with some of the extreme sounds heading into the mic. That's why TV reporters doing a news story outside the studio always hold those big chunky mics with the foam on top. And even in studios, like every radio studio you'll ever visit, you will see the mics have a foam cover. Sticking a Windslayer over your action camera basically does the same job. I'm just going to head outside and test it so you can see for yourself the difference it can make. So this is what the GoPro 10 sounds like without a Windslayer on. It's not particularly windy, so even though wind noise reduction is off, the automatic wind noise reduction is off, you're not going to feel much wind or hear much wind. But there is a way of making it windier. That's by going for a run. Right, so this is what it sounds like with the Windslayer on. Not a lot of wind at the moment, but we can simulate it. We can simulate wind just by going for a run. So there we go. 5 must-have vlogging accessories for the GoPro Hero 10. There are links in the description if you want to buy any of the products I've talked about today. I highly recommend all of them. And I will be doing a follow-up video with some more accessories over the next few weeks. If you found this useful, then please subscribe to the channel. People watching their thousands, they never subscribe. So please do that. It really helps me out. Anyway, that's all for today. I'll be back with another video very soon. Later, nerds.